Hey everybody, it's Mike Guglielmi from Sons of a Pitch Soccer Podcast. I am back and bringing you a brand new segment. This is new to our channel. This is new to MLS fans as a whole. I'm going to be doing a segment on MLSsoccer.com's Predict 6 game. MLS has paired up with BetMGM to create this game. Predict 6 games and something to happen from each of those games. And there's a possibility to win some money. So you could win $50,000 if you get every single pick correct. 50 grand. If not, which it's going to be pretty hard to get every single pick correct, then the highest point total will get $500 for that week. So hey, it's a free shot. All you need is a free account on MLSsoccer.com. And also, we're going to be running a league. SOP Soccer is doing a league as well. So jump in to that. Our code is QVFEQUUN. I will be posting that here on the screen, so make sure you use that code when you're looking for a league inside your Predict 6, and you'll be able to join our league. We're going to be doing weekly shout-outs, so I will be giving a shout-out to the previous week's winner in our league on this segment, possibly even our podcast episode. And then at the end of the season, there will be a prize that is to be determined, most likely some type of money, some type of Visa gift card, because if you've seen any of my other videos like picks and predictions or even our podcast episodes, I like to give away some money. I'm crazy. So let's jump in here and get right into the games that are up. First game is DC United hosting Inter Miami on Saturday, March 7th, 2:30 Central. This game, you have to pick either DC to win, Miami to win, or a draw. My pick, and a lot of these are going to be exactly the same, at least for who's going to be picked in the team, for the team itself in the game, as what I do in my picks and predictions. So I picked DC United to beat Inter Miami in DC at Audi Field. Now, the kind of prop bet in this one is who will be the first team to score. So my pick is DC United. It's worth a total of 10 points. So they weigh the points a little bit differently too. Obviously, for a team that's a heavy favorite, you're going to get less points if you pick it than if you pick the heavy underdog, which we'll discuss here in a little bit when we get to the Atlanta-Cincinnati matchup. So DC United is my pick to win, which is worth 30 points. And then the first club to score is also DC United at 10 points. Now, the second game up is Toronto FC hosting New York City FC, a great matchup between two of the heavyweights in the Eastern Conference. At least that's what we expect going into this season. Toronto FC's home opener at BMO Field, they're worth 20 points. A draw is worth 40 points, and New York City as the underdog is worth 40 points as well. Good play for New York City as 40 points for a dog. New York City's a good team, and the chance to get 40 points with picking them is a good one. So if you pick that, I wouldn't be upset. But due to my picks and predictions, I think this game's going to end up as a draw. So you're going to get 40 points there if you pick a draw. That's my pick. Now, the prop bet for New York City going into BMO Field is what will be the full-time score. So what do you think it's going to end at? I personally think, since it's going to be a draw, I'm going with 2-2 because it's probably going to be a fairly cagey battle at the beginning and probably the first half. But these two teams, when they play, there's usually goals involved outside of the playoffs at least. And at least back in the playoffs, back in 2016, there were a lot of goals. But usually there's some goals scored between these two high-powered offense teams. So I'm going 2-2, and that's worth 30 points if you get that score correct. Moving on to the next matchup, March 7th at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, Atlanta United hosts FC Cincinnati. Atlanta United is worth 10 points. Remember back earlier I said about the point totals and the underdogs. Well, Atlanta is a very heavy favorite. They're worth 10 points. So if you pick them correct and they do win, you're getting 10 points. A draw is worth 40 points because the chance of a draw is usually very slim. So that's 40 points for all the matchups this week. And then FC Cincinnati comes in at 50 points. That's a huge underdog, a huge point haul for this game. So if you think Cincinnati can pull it off, all power to you. It could be tempting with Atlanta losing Joseph Martinez, but I think Atlanta in their own stadium at the Benz, I think they've got this. So my pick in this one is Atlanta United for the 10 points. The prop bet in the Atlanta matchup is who scores first. So I'm thinking Atlanta's going to win this game, so I'm going with an Atlanta player. No Joseph Martinez. That would be the immediate pick, right? That's who you would think of right off the bat. Well, if you watched our MLS season preview, I think the MLS MVP is going to be Pity Martinez from Atlanta United. He's my pick to score the goal. He scored a couple goals in CCL. He might get rested for CCL action because they do have a game coming up a couple days later against Club America. But I'm going with Pity Martinez, and I think you should too. That would be worth 25 points in the Predict 6 game. Fourth matchup, heading over to the Western Conference. LA Galaxy hosts the Vancouver Whitecaps. Vancouver lost pretty handily 3-1 to Sporting Kansas City last time out in their home opener. So they go on the road now and face LA Galaxy in their home opener. LA Galaxy fared decent 1-1 against Houston. Chicharito was pretty much invisible. Maybe he shows up in this game. I think he will. My pick is LA for 10 points to get that victory there. Now, the prop bet is total goals. This one I just kind of go to the math side of things, right? Chances are in a soccer game, the statistics that are out there really point to anywhere from 2 to 3 goals, anywhere from about 1.5 to 2.5 goals a game. This one I think will be a little bit more high scoring because Vancouver's defense has been a little bit weak lately. So my pick in this is 3 total goals, whether that's 3-0 for LA or 2-1 LA. I'm saying LA is going to win, and it's going to be 3 total goals. That's worth 20 points. Fifth matchup on ESPN, we move to the Sunday games, March 8th. 6 o'clock Central Time on ESPN, Portland Timbers at home for the second week in a row, hosting Nashville SC, the expansion side, who lost their home opener to Atlanta. Portland at home, there's no way they lose 2 games in a row, especially to an expansion side. Portland is going to come out with fire, and they're my pick. And unfortunately, because they are a heavy underdog, it is only 10 points. But I think that is what's going to happen, so I'm going with it. Portland, 10 points. The prop bet is halftime score. What do you think the halftime score is? I think it's pretty simple. Nashville's going to try and sit back, hit on the counter, and I think that they're probably not going to get anything done that way in Portland, so I think Portland's going to get 1. They'll probably have a hard time getting through that sat-back defense there right in the beginning of the game. But I'm going Portland to score 1 goal and have 1-0 at the half. If that happens, that's worth 30 points. Last game of the day on Sunday, last game of the weekend is LAFC hosting the Philadelphia Union. LAFC is a big favorite in this one, worth 10 points. They are my pick to win. Philadelphia is a very good team from the Eastern Conference, but LAFC is just that good. It's in LA at Banc of California. I can't see Philadelphia coming in there and getting a victory, although there is a slight possibility with the CCL games on tap for LAFC having to play Cruz Azul. So the prop bet in this one is the time of the first goal. It is 25 points. So my thinking is this game will probably be pretty cagey in the beginning because you've got a Philadelphia team who's pretty decent and a really good LAFC team, and I think that Philly will kind of hold its own for the first 20 minutes or so, and then my pick is minutes 31 through 40. That's worth 25 points. So that's kind of the breakdown of these Predict 6 games. Just so you know, make sure you subscribe below and join our league so that you can play with Sons of a Pitch Soccer every single weekend. And hey, there's a chance at 50 grand out there and $500 for the top weekly points. Check out our league. I put the code up right here as well. Make sure you subscribe and follow us on your social media platform to get into our 1,000 YouTube subscriber challenge, $250 Visa gift card, or 2 tickets to any MLS regular season game with 2 Sons of a Pitch Soccer t-shirts, which takes me to my next piece here. You can get these awesome t-shirts. This is our original logo from when we first started. You can find it at sonsofapitch.redbubble.com. Or you can find the new logo stuff like our awesome travel mug here with the new logo. So thanks for joining me here on this Predict 6 preview, so to say. And make sure to join the league. We'll talk to you guys soon, and enjoy the soccer in week 2.